Welcome. Today we will discuss about correlation analysis in IBM SPSS software. So at first we need to understand what is correlation analysis. So basically correlation analysis is a technique used in SPSS software. It used to measure the relationship between two variables. This is called correlation analysis. To strengthen the relationship between two variables is called correlation analysis. So here we are having two type of correlation analysis that is called, the first one is bivariate correlation analysis, and the second one is multivariate correlation analysis. Correlation analysis is a statistical method used to evaluate the strength of relationship between two quantitative variables. A high correlation means that two or more variables have a strong relationship with each other, while a weak correlation means that the variables are hardly related. So, in other words, we can say that correlation is a process of studying the strength of the relationship with available statistical data. So, the correlation analysis technique is strictly connected to the linear regression analysis, that is a statistical approach for modeling the association between a dependent variable, sometime we called response, and one or more independent variables or explanatory variables. We are having some sort of we can say that the threshold limit of correlation coefficient. A correlation coefficient is a way to put a value to the relationship. Correlation coefficient have a value between -1 and +1. So the acceptable limit of correlation analysis is -1 and +1. So the value should be within the limit of, with the starting from 0.002 up to 0.999, less than 1. So either the sign might be negative or sign might be positive. So in case of negative sign, we can say that there is negative correlation between the two variable, and in case of we're having a positive or plus sign, we can say that there is a positive correlation between two or more variables. So another condition is that zero means that there is no relationship between the variables, because the acceptable limit of correlation coefficient is -1 up to +1. So so once the outcome answer become 0, so which shows that there is no relationship between the variables at all. However, -1 or +1 means that there is even perfect negative correlation or even positive correlation. So if we can see that the graph which shows that R, basically we denote the coefficient correlation, which also known as R stand for Pearson coefficient correlation. So R is at the point when the output value shows that the R value is equal to 0. So we can see that a straight line which shows that there is no correlation between the two variables. And in case the value of R represents zero point 0.4, so which shows that there is upward correlation, which is positive correlation. And when the value of Pearson R is equal to minus 0.4, which shows that there is negative correlation. So the value that reflected here, R is equal to zero point 0.4, even plus sign or even minus sign. It doesn't. It just the value that I picked from the value that is less than 1. So zero point 0.4 value is basically less than 1. So you may choose it just for understanding. It's just an example that the value of R must be, in case of even perfect positive correlation or even perfect negative correlation, the value of R must be less than zero point 0.1. As we know that the threshold limit is for coefficient correlation is -1 and +1. So the value must be lies between the -1 and the +1. So if we can say that Pearson correlation coefficient correlation is a technique for investigating the relationship between two quantitative continuous variable, for example, age and blood pressure. Pearson coefficient correlation, which also denoted with the sign of R, is a measure of the strength of the association between two or more variables. The first step in studying the relationship between two continuous variable is two continuous variable is to draw a scatter plot of the variables to check for linearity. The correlation coefficient should not be calculated if the relationship is not linear. For correlation only purpose, it does not really matter on which axis the variables are plotted. However, conventionally, the independent or explanatory variable is plotted on x-axis and dependent variable is plotted on y-axis. Basically, this concept is concerned while performing the correlation analysis in SPSS software. So we also analyze or draw a scatter plot with the help of SPSS software. So where we are having, as we know that it to analyze the strengthen or correlation between two or more variables. So we are having two axes. The first one is x-axis and other one is y-axis. So here, traditionally, the value of x-axis put on independent variable values put on x-axis and dependent variable values put on y-axis, and then we plot the scatter plot. So we will discuss this after in a demonstration session. So after study we will discuss it. So the nearer the scatter of point is to straight line, the higher the strength of association between the variable. Also, it does not matter what measurement unit are used. So value of Pearson correlation coefficient, what is the value? So if we can see that Pearson coefficient correlation or for continuous interval level data range -1 to +1. So when R is equal to -1, so there is data lies on a perfect straight line with a negative slope, which shows that we are having a negative correlation between the variables. So in case of R is equal to 0, so we can state that there is no correlation between the variables, and in case of R is equal, our outcome values is equal to +1. So there is, because the straight because the line data is lies on a perfect straight line with a positive slope, so we can say that this is a positive correlation. So here we are having some sort of examples. So have a look. So first of all, we're having uh, data of 9 into students. So 9 represents the sample size. So the data is pertinent to their breathe once after breathing normally and relaxing for 1 minute, and once after hyperventilating for 1 minute. The table indicates how long in second they were able to hold their breath. Is there an association between these two variables? So the first variable is uh, once the 9 into students are breathing in an normal natural input. So the second one is breathing through ventilating. So these are the outcomes of 9 into students. So how do we perform correlation analysis in SPSS? So as we know that we are having two variables. So as correlation analysis described that to analyze the relationship between two or more variables. So in our case, we are having two variables. The first one is normal and the second one is hypervent. So have a look. This is a scatter plot which shows that a positive straight line, and we can see that there is a positive correlation between when the student breathing while hyperventilating mode, and which shows that dependent variable at x-axis, and secondly in the x-axis we can see that the normal time breathing of 9 into students. So there is a positive correlation between between dependent variable hyperventilating and independent variable, that is breathing. So have a look how do we can calculate the value. So at first, in SPSS software, we select the analysis tab. So after clicking on analysis tab, there is a tab of correlation. We select the correlation tab, and further among different options, we select bivariate correlation. So once we click OK, we reflected an output window with the name of correlation. So here we are. So if we can see that we are having two into columns. We are having some sort of rows as well. So we are having the variable names. The first independent variable is normal, and dependent variable is hyperventilating. So we are having a relationship that is called Pearson correlation. We are also having the value of significant two-tail, and we are also value of n, which represents sample size. So have a look. Pearson correlation between normal, that is our independent variable, and its value with normal, which is 1. So no worries, no surprise, because we know that the correlation between a variable with its own itself, we can say that must be 1. So the correlation between our independent variable with its own construct should be 1. So similarly, if we can see that our second dependent variable, that is hyperventilating, so the relationship between hyperventilating and its construct should be 1. So here we are. This is our this is our dependent variable, and the cross, we can see that this column also shows our independent variable. So no worries, the correlation between hyperventilating and with itself must be 1. So like this, so both values should be 1. So after that, if we can say that the Pearson correlation values of our independent variable with dependent variable is 9.966. So we need to discuss that values. So and if we can see that the significance level, which is 0.000, and here we are, the n represents the sample size, and we are having total sample size is 9 into students. So what are these values? 0.966. We can see that this is Pearson correlation. This is basically the value of R. And if you can see that the value reflected with a positive sign, plus sign, so this is there must be a positive correlation, and the value reflected that we are having the output value is 0.966. So what is the threshold limit? The threshold limit is -1 or +1. So if we can see that 0.96 is lies within the threshold limit, that is 1. So what type of correlation? So there is a positive perfect correlation because 0.96 is very near to 1.00. So have a look again. So now we can better understand this scatter plot. So our dependent variable hyperventilating, our independent variable breathing. So this slope shows that there is a perfect correlation. So what type of correlation? So this is a positive correlation, that is up to 96% 96% both of these variables correlate with each other. So this is how we can interpret the correlation table, how we analyze the value of Pearson coefficient correlation. So if we can also see another variable, another example. So how do we write? So first of all, Pearson correlation of normal and hyperventilating is equal to 0.966. So what is the p-value? P-value basically the significance value, that is 0.000. So in conclusion, we can say that there is a very high correlation because the value of R very near to threshold limit, that is 1. So this is so on the basis of this, we can say that there is a highly positive correlation, and we can see that the significant differences is 0.000. The value of our significance or lies within the acceptable limit, because the acceptable limit of p-value must be less than 0.005, and our p-value is 0.000, and 0.000 is less than 0.005. So on the basis of these, we can say that there is a positive correlation between our independent variable and our dependent variable. So have a look. We have another example for our understanding. So Pearson correlation coefficient and interpretation in SPSS. So have a look. So how do we perform Pearson correlation in SPSS software? The first step is click on Analyze tab and then click on Correlate and then click Bivariate. So, so once we click on Bivariate, so we found a window which reflected two into panes. So on our extreme left side, we are having our variables, and on our right side, we are having a canvas where we drag and drop our selected variable. So first of all, we just click on analyze, correlate, and bivariate, and then move the two variables that we want to test from left side to right side. So make sure that another option is that we must check the option that is called Pearson, because we are going to analyze Pearson correlation coefficient, and then just click OK. And if we have reflected an output window. So this is basically, you can say that an example, an overview of SPSS software. So here we are interested to analyze the correlation between, however, we are having several variables, but we are interested to analyze the correlation between the scores and the time spent achieving that score. So have a look. At first at first we will click on analyze tab. This is our analyze tab in SPSS software, and then click on correlate and then click on bivariate. So once we click on bivariate, then a window is reflected. Have a look, this type of window. So here we can see that the window reflected with the name of bivariate correlation. So this window reflected with two into we can see that into panes. The first one is on the extreme left side, we are having our variables, and extreme right side, we need to shift our variables to whom we need to perform correlation analysis. So first of all, from this, I just select these two variables and click on Pearson coefficient checklist, and then just click on OK. So have a look. So this is basically an output window in SPSS software with reflected with the names implies that is correlation. So if we can see that this reflect a correlation table again, with similar to another example that we have discussed earlier. So if we can see that this is our variable that is called score, and time spent achieving that scores. So Pearson correlation reflected between scores and itself one. Similarly, time elapsed and itself must be one. So the Pearson correlation, the value of R between two variables, scores and our another variable that is time elapsed, is 0.94. So the significance value, or we can say that a p-value is 0.000, and n represents, we are having 60. We are having 16,033 sample size. So n represents our samples, number of samples. So if we can see that the value of Pearson correlation, that is 0.094. So 0.09 basically very near to 1. So which shows that, and we have a sign with positive. So it reflects that we are having a positive strong correlation between these two variables, because the value of significance, that is 0.000, which is less than the acceptable limit of p-value, which is 0.005. So we select our null hypothesis, and we can see that there is a strong correlation between our independent variable and our dependent variable, that is score and time elapsed. So this is how we are able to perform the Pearson correlation analysis. So so if we can see that how do we interpret our table. So if we see the table, we are having a figure that is called Pearson correlation, the value of R, which is 0.094. So the threshold limit or acceptable limit state that the value must lie between +1 and -1. So plus minus 1 reflects perfect negative correlation, and +1 shows positive correlation. So in our case, 0.094 indicates a relatively positive correlation. 0.094, which reflects that the value is 0.09, which is very near to we can say that point 1, so 0.09. And in our previous example, if we can see that the outcome value is zero point 0.9. So if we see that this is 0.09, so 0.09 is very near to zero point 0.1. So there is the relationship between these two variables is, although the relationship is positive but relatively low positive, because the outcome value, that is 0.094, is very near to 0.01. Sorry, zero point 0.1, which is near to zero point 0.1. So zero point 0.1 is far away from 1. So that's why we can say that with the indication of sign and with the indication of p-value, we can say that there is a positive correlation, but that correlation is relatively very low. So on the basis of p-values, we can analyze the results that either these values lie within the acceptable limit or not. So if we can see that the significance level, which is 0.000, and that value is lies within the acceptable limit. So now we need to perform some sort of practical demonstration in SPSS software. So we will understand how to perform the correlation analysis with the usage of SPSS software. So here we are. This is our research data that is I have opened in SPSS software. So SPSS software reflected two into windows. The first one is variable view and the second one is data view. So here we are having a variable. So how do we perform correlation analysis between two or more variables? So we are having some variables like KM represented knowledge management, PS another variable which can be represented with for project success, SH stand for stakeholders, and PT stand for project team. So here we need to perform correlation analysis. So at first we go to analyze tab and then click on correlation and then click on bivariate. So here we are, two window on left side, we are having our variables. So here we need to select the variables that we need to analyze the correlation, either the correlation existed between the two variables or not. So have a look. So do we have a single variable? So here we do not have a single variable. Actually, these are the items of a variable. So have a look. These are basically the items of knowledge management. So what need to do? Basically, we need at first, before applying the correlation analysis, we need to combine the variable. We need to transform a variable. So before applying the correlation analysis, we need to combine these variables. So have a look. We need to combine these items into KM, because KM represented up to starting from 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So we need to combine these 6 items into one into variable that is called KM. So we need to transform these variables. So have a look. Click for transforming. We need to click the tab that is transform and then click on compute variable. We need to compute the variable. Just click on OK. So have a look. The variable that we need to compute, we just select these variables. Have a look. What should we do? First of all, just click on sum, then small bracket, select your variable item, that is km1, km2. Similarly, I just selected all the variables 3, 4, 5, and km6. Just close the bracket and just we need to put a comma to separate these items. So km1 comma km2 comma 3. So here we are. So just click on OK. So our variable with the name of km will be formulated. So have a look. Just click OK. So here we are. If we can see the window, that is so here we are. So here we are. So we have presented with a variable that is called km. So this variable represents all these 6 items of knowledge management are combined together in km variable. So similarly, we need to transform our other compute variable. So that is called project success. So project success is having fifth item, five item. We just similarly we just combine the items of project success. So and a transform tab, compute variable. So just select those variables back. So PS stand for project success. Select the PS items. So first of all, select put some small bracket. So these are the project success item 1, 2, 3, 4, and project success 5. And just close your bracket and segregate all these variables items with comma. So here we are. Now we are transform these variables. So similarly, we can also transform our other variable in our model. Like if we are going to transform stakeholders, similar procedure. If we are going to transform the project team variable, so we apply the similar uh, procedure. So just click on OK. So here we are. If we can see our window, so here we are. So here we are. We can see that so these two variables are computed, knowledge management and project success. So now we are able to perform correlation analysis. So we need to click on analyze tab, click on correlation tab. So this here we are correlation and just click on bivariate. So we need to select our variables. So we computed variables KM and project success. So in our case, knowledge management is independent variable and project success is dependent variable. So our hypothesis is we are going to analyze is there any relationship between, or we can say that there is a positive or significant impact of knowledge management on organizational project success. So we selected these two variables and just drag into variables box, and we need to check the Pearson correlation tab. So just it's already checked, and just click on OK button. So have a look. So here we are. If we can see the output window, so this is our output window. We can see that the output window reflected with the titled correlation. So this is a correlation table between our two of our variables. The first variable is, how do we interpret? The first variable is knowledge management. The second one is project success. So here we are. So these are Pearson correlation values, which reflected one knowledge management with itself reflected one. However, knowledge management with project success reflected 0.529. So the significance level two tail reflected 0.000, and we are having a sample size, basically n reflected sample size, which is 150. So we are having 150 sample. Similarly, project success Pearson correlation with project success must be one. However, with knowledge management, it's 0.529. We can see that cross check these values are similar, 0.529, and the significance level are uh, also aligned and parallel, which is 0.000, and n value is also 150. So here we are. So at first, the Pearson correlation, the value of R between knowledge management and project success is 0.529. So we are having uh, a sign of positive sign, which is starting from positive sign. So there must be a positive correlation between knowledge management and project success. Secondly, the value do not have the zero value, because the value start from not zero, it started from zero point 0.5. So we do not say that there is zero correlation. Yes, there is some sort of positive correlation. So how much positive correlation? You can see the value, that is 0.5 to 52% correlation between knowledge management and project success. So we can say that there is moderate correlation between the knowledge management and the project success, and this correlation is accepted based on the p-value. The p-value which is reflected here is 0.000, and the acceptable limit of p-value, as we know that it must be less than 0.0505. So here we are, 0.00 is less than 0.005. So this is how we are able to compute the correlation analysis with the usage of SPSS software. So here we are. One thing that we need to discuss, that is, this is called bivariate correlation analysis. So another type is multivariate, which reflected that two or more variable. So if in our case we are going to perform the correlation analysis more than two variables, so how do we perform correlation analysis? So have a look. This is our data. So we have computed knowledge management and project success. So these are two variables. So we need to compute one of the other variable. Either it is stakeholder, either it is project team. So have a look. At first, I'm going to transform another variable, which might be. So have a look. For example, I just transforming project team. So have a look. Sum equal. Okay. Yes. Just click sum equal, and we need to select all the variable of PT project team. 1, 2, 3, and 84. Bracket close, we need to segregate them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just click OK. So here we are. We have presented with a table. Uh, so here we are. This is basically another variable has been computed, which is uh, project team. So now we are able to compute two or more variables in order to analyze the correlation analysis. So have a look. Just go to analyze tab, click on correlate, and then click on bivariate. Just select all those variables that we need to perform the correlation analysis. So here we are having three variables. These variables KM, project success, and project team. Just drag these values. Already select the Pearson sign, Pearson correlation analysis. Just click OK. So we have presented an output window. This is our output window. Have a look. So now we need to interpret this table. So we are having the correlation analysis between the three variables. The first one is knowledge management, the second one is project success, and the third one is project team. So maybe in our model, knowledge management is independent variable, project success is dependent variable, and project team reflected as mediator variable. So have a look. So what is the correlation between knowledge management and project success? So the correlation between the knowledge management and project success, as we discussed earlier, 0.529. So 52% correlation, which is positive between knowledge management and project success. However, the correlation between knowledge management and project team is 0.163. Although it lies within the acceptable limit, so we can say that there is positive correlation, but the correlation is relatively low because the value is starting from zero point 0.1, which is far away the threshold limit, that is 1. So here we are, although there is a positive but relatively low correlation as compared to KM with PS. Similarly, so the level of significance, we can say that it is zero point 0. The correlation between knowledge management and project team reflected that the p-value is 0.047. So as we know that the acceptable limit of p-value is 0.05. So 0.047 less than 0.05. So we accept the hypothesis, and we can say that there is a positive correlation between knowledge management and project success, also knowledge management and project team. So have a look. So the correlation between project success and knowledge management relatively same, 0.529, 0.529. And however, the correlation between project success and project team is 0.129. So 0.129 is also having a positive sign, but the correlation is relatively low. Similarly, we can say that the correlation so the acceptable limit is the p-value is greater than 0.05. So we reject the hypothesis, that is because 0.116 is greater than the acceptable limit of p-value. So if you can see the Pearson correlation values between knowledge management and project team, which is 0.163, you can see that these values reflected uh, 0.163. However, the significance level is 0.04, less than 0.05, so we can accept this hypothesis. However, n represented overall we are having 150 sample size. So this is how we are able to perform the correlation analysis. One thing we need to know, that is how to plot a scatter plot. So have a look. At first, we need to click on graph and just click on chart builder. So here we are. So this is basically the canvas. We can say that at first we select on scatter oblique dot plot, just click on the very first box, that is scatter oblique dot plot, and just drag into the convents. So here we are having, you can see that we are having two into axis. The first one is x-axis, the second one is y-axis. So at first we need to select our variables, and our variables are knowledge management. The second one is project success, because in x-axis we put the value of independent variable as we discussed in theory. So knowledge management is our independent variable. So y-axis we plot the value of dependent variable, that is project success. So have a look, just click OK. So here we are. If we can see the output window, so which reflected that, so this reflected that we have plotted a scatter plot as well. So this is how we are able to perform the correlation analysis between, in case of bivariate analysis, between two variables, and in case of multivariate analysis, two or more variable. So in conclusion, we can say that what is correlation analysis and how do we perform while using in SPSS software. So at first, we know that the correlation analysis that we perform with using Pearson R correlation. So Pearson R correlation basically measures the relationship between two or more variables. So secondly, we can say that it ranges the value of R ranges between -1 or +1. So 0 reflects no correlation, +1 reflect perfect positive correlation. However, -1 reflect perfect negative correlation. So this is how we can interpret the correlation analysis. So for analyzing the correlation analysis in SPS software, click on we just click on Analyze tab, and then click on Correlation tab, and then click on Bivariate. That's it. Thank you very much.